Yes, you indeed are looking at another member of the migration over to DaVinci Resolve. That just got me thinking about the 5 mistakes new editors make when starting a project. Number 5, not taking a look at other NLEs. Now, why would you look at another piece of software when the one that you're using is working perfectly fine? Great, legitimate question, but no one's saying go ahead and replace that piece of software that's working perfectly fine. But you might have heard the phrase that Premiere Pro is the industry standard, the color page and Resolve is the industry standard, Avid is the industry standard. You know, with all these industry standards, at some point, projects are going to have to go to one another, or specifically sequences and timelines. So in that case, it helps to know how to get sequences to other NLEs as well as XMLs and know just how the color page can work with all of that stuff. And trust me, waiting until there's a deadline to try to figure out how to get around in a new piece of editing software is not fun and pleasant for anyone on the planet. And another tip, you just never know when Apple might decide to just take their awesome piece of software and put a X or a 10 behind it. And I don't think I really got clarification which one it is. Or that piece of software you like might just turn into a cloud-based, subscription-based piece of software. And you know, you got that 10-bit color on your fancy snazzy camera. You can't use that in the free version of Resolve. So, you know, having a plan B that you hopefully don't have to use is a really good plan. Number 4, not having keyboard shortcuts. I'm not gonna say keyboard shortcuts, I mean not having the ones that are custom made for you. I almost do almost everything depending on the page, more on that in a second, off of the left hand, so my right hand never has to come off of a mouse. And let me bust up in here real quick, and you may have noticed this keyboard shirt kind of looks like those colored editor keyboards that those video editors use. You know, us. So I have this shirt available at my very own personal website, YeagerShots.com, as well as some other photo, video, and channel themed apparel. Swing on by there. It directly helps me out. Number 3, not using proxies. Don't know where that came out so piano of me. Proxies are industry standard thing, and when you're working with 6K, 8K, I'm sure there's probably some more Ks that are going to be coming down the pipe. Proxies are the way that you're going to be able to do this. Even the most demanding of machines can only do so much. And for example, on the Sony a7 IV, my H.265s can edit nicely in Premiere Pro, but it needs a little bit of that proxy magic to work inside of DaVinci Resolve. And a little bonus thing, you don't necessarily have to make your proxies super low res and low quality. It's more about getting the file formats that work best on PC or on Mac for a given piece of software that you're using. Number 2, not knowing which page or panel to work in. For something like a vlog or a really quick rough assembly, the assembly page is a-okay in Premiere Pro, but actually the cut page is even more fun. I mean, just flat out fun to use for a rough cut, for an assembly of your vlog, for something that's newsy that you gotta get together really, really quick. And it just sped up the entire editing process. And it just adds to you working even more efficiently. I think efficiency is definitely kind of the name of the game here, right? Which leads me to the number 1 mistake new video editors make when creating new projects is not organizing clips. Look, DaVinci Resolve is really, really easy. With smart bins, you can just set up one time and you can make the bins however you want. Do you want it to be this? Do you want it to be the B camera? Do you want to put all your 120p frames a second clips in here? Do you just want these to be 24p frames per second? And if you don't do smart bins, just having some kind of a color system for different style clips. Do you want your 24p to be orange? Do you want the drone footage to be purple, different shades of green, depending on what the music is in your timeline? All that goes a long way to keeping things very, very organized, and definitely when working with other people in teams, groups, that is absolutely huge to be able to organize the clips and know exactly what you're looking at a glance. I've linked my previous video about my favorite keyboard shortcuts here on the screen. I also got a link to some video editors that I really like to follow on the socials So check that out and subscribe to Never Miss a Shot from YeagerShots.com.